Good evening, my tribe, and thank you for bearing with me and coming on so late, waiting for the live stream. We're going to start the Sunday set point, and I'm going to try to draw some cards for you the best I can. Get this big giant cup out of my way because I need a little bit more desk space. All right. I hope all of you have had a fantastic Sunday. I am going to split this deck 3 times, and we're just going to start pulling cards off the top. All right. 3. And our overall is going to be the bottom card, which is My Fearless Freedom Lights Up the World. Oh, I get to pull my favorite today. Okay, so that is going to be one of our overall themes. Now let's see. I'm going to pull 4 cards from this deck, and this is Gabrielle Bernstein's The Universe Has Your Back. Let's look at what we got. And because it's Sunday, I'm going to pull the full 7, and then we're going to start from there. Okay, so we got 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, beautiful. Okay, so our overall card is My Fearless Freedom Lights Up the World. So don't be afraid to go out and let your light shine a little bit. We're going to start off the week with My Vibes Speak Louder Than My Words. So be very careful about the energetic vibration that you are sending out to the universe, especially Monday. Tuesday, our card is I surrender to a power greater than me. So we may have something on Tuesday that we need to kind of go, okay, I know I need to do this, and I'm finally ready to take that step. Because Wednesday's card is, see if I can get the light better. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural, okay? I think we kind of get stuck sometimes into thinking that all the little tiny miracles in our lives are somehow, I don't know, maybe on a supernatural bent, or we expect them to come from outside of ourselves. But really what it is just you loving yourself coming back to you, because everything we put out into the world comes back to us tenfold, right? And so Thursday, our card is attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help, okay? So that might be another way we're getting a reminder this week. Something may be occurring in our lives where something is sort of starting to fall apart, or you're maybe feeling attacked or afraid of something. And it's just your soul trying to call your attention to something that you need to take care of that maybe you've been ignoring for a while. So, Friday's card for this week is going to be I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness, right? So, quick reminder before the weekend. Hello, Dennis, and it is broken, and I have to make an appointment with the orthopedic surgeon tomorrow. The little bones on the side of my hand right here are broken. So, but other than that, everything's okay. So far, so good. And honestly, I'm only taking Tylenol, so that's okay. Oh, it's okay, thanks. It was kind of my own dumbass moment, and we all have human moments every now and then, and I think I've just been pushing myself too hard when I'm trying to deal with a lot of other health problems right now too as well. So you know, we all get a little overwhelmed at times, and yesterday just kind of did it for me. Um, Saturday's card for this coming week is one I love. I love the color on these, and I'm never sure if they come through really good. My camera kind of isn't very great, but it says, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Okay. And then on Sunday, oh, let me switch to this side. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So it looks like we're maybe having a little bit of a rough start this week. But as long as we can keep in mind that we are the ones who create the mindful moments in our lives throughout our days, and reminding ourselves that we are that sense of love and miracles are natural every day. And if you have to, it may come down to the point where you need to surrender to something greater than yourself and just say, okay, fine, I hear you. I'm ready to listen. And I'm ready to let this light out. Okay, so let's switch to the affirmators deck. And I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to split it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put the deck back together, and then we're going to pull them from the top. Actually, I'm going to get one from the bottom first. We'll get one from the bottom like we did last time for the overall, and it is Story of My Life is our bottom card. Okay, and let's get one for My Vibes Speak Louder Than My Words. The card for that one is going to be Divine Timing. Ooh, I'm sensing something big coming this week, you guys. I don't know about you, but things always seem to fall a little bit apart before some really big shit starts landing in our lap. So I, for one, am crossing my fingers and hoping that's the case. I surrender to a power greater than me. Our card is Generosity. Ooh, I like that. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday is I Am Love and Miracles Are Natural. And our card is a bonus card. So we get communication for Wednesday. So we may be getting some sort of a communication. And the card that goes with that one is Vitality. So, ooh, we may be getting something back about our health. Or maybe we're starting to feel better about our health too. So attack, pain, fear, judgment. We get sanctuary, so that's another bonus. Forgiveness. Uh-oh. Ooh, and clarity. There is one of our catchwords. Okay, so Friday's card, and that was for Thursday. Friday's card is I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness, and we get strength. Oh my goodness, we pulled 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 10 of the bonus cards out of this 54 card deck, or 44 card deck, 50 card deck. 50. And it gets ideal partnership. So we're going to find strength in our partnerships on Friday. That is a super good plus. Saturday's card is friendliness. And that was for when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. That kind of goes together, doesn't it? And joy for next Sunday. All right. That is it for the affirmators deck. And I'm going to pull the... I can't decide which tarot deck to use. The Everyday Witch Tarot, the Wild Unknown, the Steampunk Tarot. I have a basic tarot deck, the Astrology Answers Tarot, or the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. Quick, first one in the chat box to pick one gets it. All right. I can't decide. Usually I can decide. I think I'm going to go with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. No one's popping up, so that's the one we're going to go with, and that is Miss Pamela Chen's deck. She's amazing. I got a super sweet little note from her when I got this deck. And that's always fun. All right. Well, there you go. I just intuited what you were already going to pick, Dennis. All right, so I already shuffled this deck. So I'm going to just kind of hold them right here, and I'm going to pull cards off the top, and then I will show you what we got. Ooh. This is looking really good, you guys. And then our overall, beautiful. And I'm going to get one clarifier for our pages. Nice. Okay, that is pretty freaking good, I have to say. All right, let's start back with Monday, okay? So, our stack for Monday, I'm going to just set it right here on top. And you can just go through the cards one at a time. Okay, so we got my vibes speak louder than my words on Monday. And the reason why that is because of divine timing. And divine timing says everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly, I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management sometimes. And our challenge for that is going to be the devil card. It's going to be really tempting to fall back into old habits because we're sort of being given the not so awesome option of having to wait just a little bit longer. But I'm having a feeling that this little bit longer is really a lot less time than we all think it's going to be, like this week. And remember, this is a big week astrologically too. There's tons going on. Also, it's solstice, which is also full moon in Cancer. Our family lives are going to get a little bit of a shakeup, but it's going to be the one that we need in order for that all to fall back together the way that it needs to be. So try not to get sucked into the fear and realize that what you're putting out is what you're calling in. Okay? Try to trust in the divine timing that is. Because on Tuesday, things look a little bit better. Okay? We have, if we can do this, I surrender to a power greater than me, right? That's going to be our mantra Tuesday after whatever shit hits the fan on Monday, okay? It's going to have to do with generosity, whether it's our generosity to ourselves, to someone else, or someone else's generosity to us. It's just going to depend on your situation. But this is what it says. I give generously to those around me, no matter how much or how little I have. I know there's more than enough to go around, and that the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at this stadium who doesn't do the wave. And the only reason you don't do the wave is because you're afraid of looking stupid. So there you are again, believing the false evidence that appears real. Bye-bye, fear. Let's let it go, okay? Because if we can do that, our message is going to come through. The Page of Wands is about seeing new growth in new areas of our lives where we want to branch forth. And it came out with the Nine of Pentacles card, which is the ultimate yes. Yes to all of it. That's what you want? Okay, here you go to whatever it is that you're thinking about. So if you're sitting there bemoaning your fate and thinking that everything bad always happens to you and or some other such negative nonsense, then well, that's what you're calling more into because the universe only says yes. Remember? So if you're like, I suck, the universe is like, yes, you do, and gives you more reasons to feel that way. But instead, if you can say, I'm growing every day, everything gets better every day, and I am the love and light of the universe in physicality, well, the universe is going to keep giving you reasons to feel that way. Which brings us into Wednesday. And Wednesday's cards are, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. This is where we get our first bonus card, which was communication, and it came out with vitality. We have our little cell knights. So let's read communication first, and it says, wonder how that other person's feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army, where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses of everyone, including the person who came up with that aphorism. Because remember, I am healthy and vital and strong, and my radiant love of life fills me with healthy, vital, and strong cells, and each cell is a warrior. Everyone has its own sword and shield. I dare you to try and penetrate my cellular army. Didn't think so, chump. Because half of our battle is in our head. And if you think you're not going to get better, well, you're not. If you think you are, chances are you will. Because the universe wants to give you nothing but what you want for you. Just look at the color in this card. Can you imagine this card wanting to give you anything other than love? So why do you want to give yourself anything but that? Right? We're all getting really sharp lessons in the things we want to stop calling into our lives. Because Thursday's card is attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. And who else would be calling out for help from you but you? And everything you see in your life is just a reflection about what you feel. So this was our 3-card pile up, and we got sanctuary, forgiveness, and clarity. And they were topped off with the sun card. I love the sun card. All right, so let's see what sanctuary says. Good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip. Or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath. Or a normal-sized trip to a tiny bubble bath. Or maybe you tripped and fell in a bath. Maybe even someone else's. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit. Especially if a bath is involved. Because forgiveness says, congratulations, you're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is. Forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power, but remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. And clarity says, stopping to listen to my inner self, I can easily separate my intuition from my mental chatter. The clarity of my intuition is a sweet, simple fruit that tastes familiar, and the mental chatter is a confusing, bitter rind that I shall peel off and chuck into the garbage or compost heap if your mental chatter happens to be organic. Because the sun's here to remind you that your battle is already won. All you have to do is claim it and let your light shine out into the world. Because you are the love of the universe made manifest. And that's your only lesson here. Friday looks pretty good. Friday starts out with one of my favorite owl cards. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. Those of you who have an owl symbol, here is your message. And we pulled strength and ideal partnership with this one. And our crystal unicorn cards were, this one had the Page of Pentacles with it. So its clarifier was the Magician. Another of my favorites. So let's hear what strength has to say first, okay? You are hereby declared a strong, resilient warrior of heroic proportions. Enjoy your battles, whatever they are, because you're guaranteed to come through them stronger, brighter, and more compassionate. And based on what I know of mythology, probably with great hair and a six-pack. I'm not sure how much of the affirmator stuff knows about mythology, really, but, it does make for a good joke, does it not? Ideal partnership says, I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with a true match. My ideal partnerships and working relationships are easy and free-flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. We are all looking for our message, right? The Page of Pentacles is about getting that message, about something to do with our finances around Friday. And this is going to be something that you have definitely called in yourself, because its clarifier was the Magician card. And the Magician has all of its tools set out before it even starts, because it knows it's guaranteed to get whatever it wants, because it is ask and you shall receive, right? Good omens for Friday. Saturday starts off with, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. I don't know if I can get this card to pick up this color very well. It kind of goes from a dark blue to a pink at the top, but again, lighting. And I had a hiding card. I only pulled out friendliness for this one, but it had gratitude stuck to it. Sneaky, sneaky. And these come out with the Four of Pentacles, so that actually kind of makes sense. Saturday, I'm going to start backwards, because Saturday it looks like we're going to be trying to hold on to something a little bit too tightly that's maybe trying to go. And I think we need to just be grateful for whatever experience that was, and just focus on whatever situation happens to come up on Saturday through the lens of love instead of one of fear. Because that's what always brings about this feeling. I don't know if you can see very well, but you can see how determined this poor unicorn is to keep the things that it has because it thinks that won't come back around. But you need to remember that what you put out in life comes back to you tenfold. So if you're putting out fear and rejection and lack mentality, well, that's what you're going to get returned. And you're just going to keep getting more reasons to feel that way. But maybe if you put a little bit more friendly face on it and look at things with a little bit more gratitude, things might change. So let's read friendliness and gratitude. Friendliness says, whenever I smile, I make someone's day better. What a cool way to buy happiness for free. Today, I will remember what an awesome power I hold, and I'll take joy in improving lives simply by giving away grins like crazy. Note, in a pinch, money will also work. Because gratitude says, today I'm grateful for all the little things. Even when the big things suck, there are always plenty of little things I can be at least a little bit grateful for, like hot showers and music, and the fact that humans invented an internet, and I'm allowed to use it whenever I want to, using fingers and thumbs that do whatever I think them to do at any given moment, as long as they're working properly. I at least have one set that are. So, Saturday, we may be getting another kind of reminder about how we can look at things from a different perspective and maybe change that. And then on Sunday, next Sunday, we have another owl card, and this is my personal favorite. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So when you really lean into that trust that no matter what happens, you know that it's meant to be divine timing. Then it's a lot easier to stay in that sense of joy. Because to enjoy something, I simply need to add joy to it. Joy's like butter. I can put it on anything and it'll make it way better. Today, I'll add joy to everything. Really slather it on. Because today I'm the Orville Redenbacher of joy. And life's popcorn is about to get it. Because I think we're ready to put down this burden that we've been carrying. And what that burden is our feeling of lack. Like there isn't even enough joy in the world to go around. But that's not true. Because each of us in our own right create it. We create it for ourselves and we create it for other people in a million ways that we don't even know about. So, since all of you have been sitting here, I'm going to pull cards from you. We're out of the affirmators deck. So, split this again. What cards I have left so we don't get any repeats. So remember, there's only like 4 bonus cards left in here. Okay, I think that's enough shuffling. I'll cut it once, twice, and put them back together. And we'll pull for Dennis first. Yep, everyone say hi so I know who's here. Dennis, your card is going to be Everyone's a Teacher. Ooh, hello, Natasha. So everyone's a teacher says, everyone I cross paths with is a teacher in that moment. The ones who give me the fun lessons are the ones I call friends. And the ones who give me the hard lessons I sometimes call assholes. They've chosen a tough job, but someone's got to do it, right? So today, I'm even thanking all of you assholes. Thank you, assholes, for playing your part in making Dennis a better person. And Natasha, you get Beauty. I love this card. So Natasha, your mantra for this week is going to be I'm beautiful even when I don't think it. You're beautiful even when you don't see it. You're beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. Remember, you're beautiful, and I don't care if you know it, but you're beautiful. And that's why you don't have to try so hard to show it. I love that. And since number 3 keeps running away, I'm not sure who that is. You're welcome, sweetie. I'm going to pull one for myself. Remember, big things sometimes happen right before we get our biggest manifestation. So you know what the bonus card means. I have to pull a second card for myself, and I get ups and downs. And boy, isn't that true. So for me, it says, if I could have anything I wanted, what would it be? I need to get specific and get greedy because I'm holding a magic wand and I can conjure up anything. Could it be that when you declare your wishes out loud, you're actually casting a spell for your dreams to come true? Or is it just that, in a very practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make them happen? Either way, I'm going to stop waiting and start manifesting because I see life as an incredible ride and I'm lucky to be on it. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what make things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes for a good story later on. I am very familiar with life's ups and downs, and I have nothing but gratitude for being able to still be here sharing it with all of you, despite all of the things that have tried to stop me from doing that. Starting when I was born 3 months early and was only 1.5 pounds. They told my parents I had a 10% chance of living, and if I did live, I would be confined to a wheelchair and vegetative. I'm a little bit broken because of my own issue, um, dealing with things, but I am in no way a vegetable or not living. So sometimes we're told things and they're really meant to test how much we really want to be here and how determined we really are to fulfill that purpose. I have never stopped being determined to continue to get to where I need to be. And I am going to continue to still be here for all of you who also need a little bit of help getting where you need to be. So remember, no matter how dark it looks, it always gets better. And the only time it doesn't is if you give up. So don't ever let anything anyone ever says stop you from doing what you know you're here to do. And if you ever need a reminder, you know how to get a hold of me. And this is going to be it for our Sunday set point. And I'm going to be back at 5:30, and we're going to continue our walk with spirit and see what this episode of Tomorrow's God has to say to us today, because I think there's going to be a little bit of a carryover. It usually seems to correlate between the two in a weird way. So I hope to see all of you back again at 5:30. I'm going to take a little bit of break, and I love all of you. You're very welcome. I'll see you soon. Bye now.